So recently I've been seeing a lot of video suggestions to quality of life changes in Animal Crossing. Now, these quality of life changes are good for most people and thus they have rightfully gained a lot of support. However, I'll be talking about why these quality of life changes are not necessarily what Nintendo wants, nor does it really fit the essence of the game. So, firstly, one of the quality of life changes I hear about most is the crafting multiple batches of an item change. So, basically, the proposed change that you can click on how many items you want to craft or buy before you buy or craft it. Now, this is actually a very good saving, like time saving change, and it saves a lot of, button bashing the A button to go through that dialogue and skip the crafting scene. But I'm pretty sure Nintendo made this on purpose because you're not meant to be crafting a lot of an item at one time. The only time I can think about when you want to craft a lot of one item at once is when you're making the item of the day to make a good profit. And the thing is, I think Nintendo made it like this because firstly, it is the essence of the game to take things slow and not to rush. And if we are to grind to make a profit, it is the grind that Nintendo forces us to do to make money. Instead of imagine this: you make 3 clicks, and then you made like 100 of hot items of the day, and you can sell that for a shit ton of profit. That's just not really the grind that Nintendo is looking for. Because look, Animal Crossing is a game where you're meant to take it slow. You're meant to really romanticize the small parts of the game. You're kind of really just meant to enjoy the grind. So, I guess just when you take this grinding process, and you can really easily save time by making it a free buttons to craft 10 items rather than button bashing A for like 2 minutes. It really defeats the purpose of grinding for money, and it's not really meant to be the purpose of a slow, grinding, chill kind of game that Animal Crossing is Nintendo's what it's trying to make. So the thing is, every day is not supposed to be a checklist where you're meant to like hit 6 rocks and talk to every villager plus Sable and do turnips and check for Gulliver and check for your recipe. Basically, it's not meant to be a checklist of actions you're supposed to do. You're meant to do what you want, just take things as they come. Every day brings new events. Every day is a new grind, I guess. And that grind, those small things, you're meant to really romanticize this game and really just take in the small things. And I feel like a lot of people have lost sight of what this game is supposed to be because they play this game with progress in mind. So they want to get the villages they want, so they Mystery Island hop, they want to get the buildings built in 2 minutes rather than a whole day in real life time. So what they do is they time travel and, they want to do turnips, so they time travel back and forth for turnips. And look, there's nothing wrong with doing that. I really don't care if you do that. Play the game however you want. And if that's what it's more important to you, then go for it. I don't really care. Because to be honest, I'm actually one of those people too who like progress. I love progress. But I think what Nintendo is trying to do is just romanticize the small aspects of the game. So another proposed small quality of life change is a counter on their tools to know when they'll break, or a little bit of a health bar. But I actually really disagree with this change because it actually fundamentally it's not what Nintendo fundamentally wants. Like when your tool breaks, it's meant to be like, oh, let's go with the flow and let's chop down some more hardwood and make myself another shovel. It's not meant to be like, oh, let's prepare for this in advance. It's meant to be like, okay, it happened. Let's go with the flow and take things as they come. It's really chill. All of this being said, I do agree that some quality of life changes will be beneficial to all. For example, more camera angles. And if you're shopping via Nook Terminal in the residential services, if you don't have enough money for the grand piano, for example, you should be able to take it from your savings if you don't have it from your inventory, if that makes sense. Another quality of life change will be a directional arrow where you could toggle on and off to show you where your visitors are on your island and on the mini-map as well. But I want it to be able to toggle it on and off because what if you want to play hide and seek, kind of ruins the game. The other thing is the dialogue, especially with the Dodo dude at the airport, can also be cut down. I just feel like it's too long, too many loadings. So I feel like one of the great complaints about this game is there's too many wall texts where you talk to people. For example, Buggers, the stupid owl at the museum. When you talk to him, he says the same thing over and over again. Just randomize his lines and it will feel less like a wall text and less mundane. I think Nintendo should really do that because it does feel repetitive after a while, especially for those time travelers who talk to buggers like 10 times in one actual day because they travel to 10 different days, collected 10 sets of different fossils, and they always go back to buggers. Yeah, but overall, I'm one of those players who actually value progress above all else in this game, and I love getting things done. Like, progress is key, and some quality of life changes will make this game a lot easier for me and a lot faster, and, but I don't want to lose sight of what this game is supposed to be. It's meant to be like a slow-paced grind to take away from the daily life and just, relax and take things day by day as they come, new surprises every day. This game, you're really kind of, like, you can rush if you want, but you're really kind of incentivized to romanticize the small things and not really rush it. Yeah. Yeah, so when you kind of rant about these quality of life changes, just keep in mind that this game is not meant to be rushed, okay? And also, check out my sick villages.